We're not.
And I got cut
we're
off.
live.
I'm cut off.
Oh, no, she's cut off.
Oh,
Move
what
over.
happened? How did you get over?
It got smaller.
Are we live now? That's okay. We
Yeah,
don't
we're
care.
live.
We're live.
We are live.
And on Friday afternoon in Palm Desert, California, and we're having such a good time. We almost I didn't get this camera going right as we usually do on the Harp Effect with Yo Reno and Marcia. And two wonderful guests today. Oh my goodness, I love it when this all comes together like this. Melanie Blue. Melanie is just an impersonator, an improv, an actor. I think that there's probably a list like this. And,
Like yours.
oh, yeah.
Not quite.
And,
Mine's a little smaller.
and joining us, who actually is the vehicle that made all of this happen, these friendships, that is Lisa Hammert. And Lisa is an actor, writer, and we like to consider her as Melanie's control freak.
Exactly.
And I guess, Reno, we could, maybe that's what
You're a little bit of that too.
Well, we're here today with the Harp Effect and trying to,
He'll come back. We're back.
happens to the best of us.
That's improv.
That's improv. Improv. Keep that word in mind, because that's what this show is all about. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about was the fact that Melanie just got back from Chicago, where the first improv theater ever in the world?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you know,
But it was the first improv theater that I went to as a little girl growing up down the street in Chicago. And they did a lot of sketch comedy, but at the end of the show, they would have an improv set. And I remember from the time I was knee-high to a grasshopper, I just loved the improv. And Second City was like,
yes, it was very famous. But now I know there are a number of people who probably are watching right now who are saying, what's improv? You know, what's improv? Because she's an actress and she has a list of credits of theater and film and stage and anything else we should know about.
I do some local commercials.
That's what people go, I know her.
Yes. You might recognize me from the ketamine clinic, or what was the last one I did?
Oh, the Urkies.
I did the Urkies.
Yes.
Who does your air? And I just did the Mind Body Wellness Center.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like to focus on wellness commercials.
It's like, well, you know what, that's okay, because I used to say to people, they'd say, oh, the Follies, we saw the Follies all the time, and I'd go, well, I can tell you one way you know if you saw me is I opened the show one season on roller skates.
Oh,
Wow. You know, and so it was like, because we all looked alike and dressed and, you know, and so it's fun because somebody's going to say, I just saw that commercial.
I did a whole Second City show in rollerblades. I was mad they cut my song.
Oh.
So I didn't take off my rollerblades, and I did every character rolling, and people were like, oh my God, she's going to fall off that stage. But I felt very confident.
Whoa.
I always wanted to see the Follies. My mommy said, when you're in Palm Springs, do it. And it was closed by the time I got here.
Well, but you've been here now how long?
Gosh, I came via LA. I'm born and bred in Chicago, and I was living in LA, and I was in a toxic relationship, so I ran to the desert to hide out and get myself safe and comfortable. And I kept thinking, well, I got to go back to LA and get that career going again. And I found there's so much theater here that I've been working since I got here.
And I think it's doing this.
I don't know, it's the Wi-Fi, but we haven't lost it that long, so I don't think there's going to be any.
Okay. I know it happens to the best of everybody, so stay with us, you know. This is going to be fun because, well, the thing is then you moved in next door to Lisa.
Yes.
And Lisa and I became friends, not through our theater work, but because we were in a class at the fitness center together. And one thing led to another. And then unbeknownst to us, we had already seen Melanie in a play to see called
Yeah.
Women Behind Bars.
Guadalupe.
And when I saw her, I go, when did you get out, Guadalupe?
And Lisa has just, do you have, I'm going to tell it up to the point and I'll let you take it over. She just came back yesterday or within moments, I think, from LA, where she was on a callback, a theatrical callback for, wait, it's.
Okay, we're back. Jeez.
I'm
Wi-Fi.
still in the running. I'm still in the running.
You're still in the running?
Yes.
Yes. So we're all theater people and,
Not me.
oh.
He's a theater appreciator.
Yes, that
I'm
counts.
a theater mouse, or what do they call it? You know? I'm a theater mouse.
We can't do theater without the theater mice. We
Thank
can't
you.
do it. No one would come.
So going back to improv, just in 10 words or less, maybe, what is
What?
improv?
10 words.
Like your 10 words or less, or like my 10 words?
Only because we have so many things we want to ask you.
Improv, I've heard said as like make-em-ups or without a net. Basically, it's performing a scene. Sometimes you get a suggestion from the audience, sometimes you do not, and you go from there and you create basically a play. So I like to focus on long-form improvisation. There's two different kinds, short form and long form. I do think they can marry, and I am working on that philosophy because there is a happy medium. But in a nutshell, it's creating a play or a show from absolutely nothing but an audience suggestion. And if you're doing your job right, it looks like you wrote it beforehand.
Wow.
It's almost like a rapper.
Isn't it?
Kinda.
Well, and
Kinda
one
go
of the
with it.
reasons why we selected
Yes.
today to have Melanie and Lisa on the show is because Melanie is just a improv workshop, you call it?
I've got some classes coming up. I've got my fall sessions starting on September 19th.
Those are for, you have to tell that people who live anywhere in the Coachella Valley or.
People who live anywhere in the Coachella Valley, here at the it's backwards, we'll show this at the end, at the Create Center for the Arts, which is in Palm Desert, the old Venus de Fido. It is on Alessandro Drive, 600 Alessandro Drive in Palm Desert, on Monday nights from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. starting September 19th. I'm doing an improv class which is previously labeled as improv for everyone. So what that means is whether you have experience, no experience, whether you're an actor, a person, a human, a theater mouse,
Yeah.
all are welcome to come and play. We're going to have games and exercises that will comfortably and safely get you into some scene work. I think, so my motto is that improv doesn't just make better performers, it makes better humans. So we all know that one of the main tenets of improv is to always say yes and. So you always agree and then you build. And people who are scared of improv, who say, oh, I don't know if I could do that, I would challenge you to think about how you do it every single day in conversation.
Right.
I don't know. I didn't know you were going to say theater mouse, right? I didn't know you were going to say 10 words or less. Yet we continue talking and we come up with stuff off the top of our heads. I believe that improvisers don't have to be witty and smart. They just have to be present, listening, and available.
Because, you say, I mean, I know when I talk about improv to people and they go, oh, whoa, I'm not funny. What?
Don't have to be funny.
It's
not about
I think,
funny.
But I think that's what a lot of people think. Like, I was always the jokester, all this, but that's not true with your type of improv.
And I would answer that in a conundrum with two answers. I would say, number one, you don't have to be funny, and number two, you are. By just being you and your unique perspective, you are funnier than you think you are. But you don't have to be funny. All you have to do is be present and available and listen. So it just makes you more comfortable in life.
Do you think that maybe she should be an actress for a career? I mean, like maybe she definitely did not miss her calling.
Well, I have a
Now,
question with the
yes.
improv. So, I mean, it's actually like even baby steps.
Yes.
People don't think you have to do this big, huge production, right?
Thank you so much for bringing that up. It is total baby steps. We do fun little exercises that you can play at parties. It's It's not like you're going to come to class day one and we're going to do a play. But what we are going to do is games that build your confidence. We talk about the off-balance moment a lot, which is a Viola Spolin kind of philosophy, that if we give our mind something to do, our true, authentic self, when we're more in our bodies and our hearts than our heads, is when we're our best. So yeah, we're going to play games to unleash our authentic selves.
You make it very easy for them to do the transition into getting involved. Then,
Thank you so
right?
much for noticing that. Yes, I pride myself on my ability to create a safe and comfortable environment for people to play and explore and especially fail, because that's where we learn how to succeed.
Oh, I think it's just amazing. And then for you two to end up being neighbors.
Right?
Yes.
And then I feel so blessed because I became a part of this whole thing. And it's just so much fun. And I'm wanting so much to take her improv class, although I took several improv classes in San Francisco, and
It's time to do it again.
it is time to do it again.
I'm not going to make you... She has a horror story of improv.
Improv, they asked me to be a bunch of radishes on the top of a television.
I promise not to do that.
Well, let's see, you know, Reno, we could get, let's see, people to move here, and we could start an improv
Well, so
community.
thank you so much for bringing that up too. That's my goal, is to create an improv scene in the desert. There's some other people on board, Andy Harmon, Jeanette Knight, Michelle Weiss, David Brooks. We've created what's called Coachella Improv Alliance, the CIA, Andy's name. And what we want to do is create a scene here. And like you had mentioned, the Neurovitality Center.
Alan Jensen wants to
Create is very
yes,
supportive of
absolutely.
performances, and we just might have gotten our first gig at the Gay Pride Parade in November. Yes. I think it's so important, is the opportunity to perform. So we can only work so much in our little lab. I think the dialogue between performing and students is a very important dialogue to have.
I think so too. Well, we have a list of things, and
Oh.
I just want to make sure that we're covering
Okay,
it all.
Lisa, my personal control freak, has written a list of questions for Marshall to ask me.
So we got another hour to go.
Sit tight, people.
Let me see.
This could take a while.
Oh
What have
my.
we left out?
Oh my. Well, okay, so you were saying,
Yes.
take me through, like,
Yes.
what you will do in class. You're saying game.
Without buying the cow. You've been in class.
Yes.
She's been in, so I have the opening classes on Mondays, 7 through 9 for anyone and everyone, and I'm also teaching an advanced invite-only class on Tuesdays. Lisa is in her 4th session of the invite-only, and that will start performing first. And what I would like is for the people in the open class to come and see the performances and want to do more. Or maybe you just want to have a happier day. Maybe you're just bored. I had a girl come because she didn't want to sit in her house anymore. She wanted to come out and play. Turns out she's phenomenal, and she is one of my star invite-only classes.
Well, see, doesn't this follow up on what I'm always saying? That those of you who gave up your acting, gave up your singing, your dancing, the piano playing, your knitting, your painting, your gardening, whatever it was, and you're thinking, oh, I should be doing those again. What about improv? It would be so fun, so new, and I would imagine that a number of my following is watching who have done some improv that would like to continue, and I am excited about high tech. Oh my gosh, drives me crazy.
We'll explain later.
So
But you know, my thought, you know, you don't have to join Melanie's class to go all the way through performance. You know, people who have stage fright
Yes.
and all, it's such an important skill to have. I mean, well, you can speak to it. I mean, it really helps you.
It's good for stage fright. It's good for public speaking. It's
Sure.
good for, you know, any job. It's also what I love as an actor is it's great for acting. You know, as an actor, one day the person you're with is going to forget their lines. You're going to forget your lines. A set's going to fall down. Your wig's going to fall off. How do you stay true to the script, true to the character, true to the playwright, and carry on? when I realized that was my favorite part,
Well, now, you also have a funny story about this.
I sure do. What is it?
Which one?
Of when you knew that improv was for you, because
I took improv. So I didn't go to Second City first. They didn't have any availability in their classes. But the guy there, in my early 20s, I just returned from India. I was living on a commune. I stayed a little while in Paris, got in some trouble in Germany.
Were you a child nightmare?
A daydream. Yeah. Thank you. Anyways, there I was back in Chicago looking for an improv class because I was talking to myself on the buses. And I was like, I just need a place to outlet all my creative energy. And I ended up...
Don't sit by her.
IO, Improv Olympic, but they were sued by the Olympics, so they just had to be IO. And Sharna, Dell, close. Sharna took me in, and in the very first class, we learned the very first tenet of improv, that everybody has to say yes and. If someone comes on stage and has an idea, you say yes. And I thought to myself, wait, what? I can say whatever I want and everybody has to agree with me? This is great. Platform for my propaganda. I was a terror in my youth. I now am much more inclusive and embracing of saying yes to others.
Oh my gosh, aside to her that I have not known Melanie very long, but I feel like I have known her, and now we find this out? Oh my.
We met at the opening of the Art Aerial Studios. You guys were doing a live there. They had their lovely open house. And side note, they're doing a Day of the Dead performance, and I'm going to be teaching an improv workshop
And we're going to
to the
do
performers.
we're going to do our filming again.
Perfect.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
they're awesome.
Yes.
They're
At the aerial track.
Yolanda?
Art Aerial Flying Center
thank
on
you.
Country Club.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, in
Even
Palm
got
Desert.
Marsha on the hanging trapeze thing.
Yes!
I go, push her farther. And they, no.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Oh, it is. It's wonderful, and I wish I had the time to to devote to that. But it's just, it's kind of get in line a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
See, Reno, we have a built-in realtor right here with us. You can all move to about the fun that we could have doing improv.
And I'm looking to buy a theater.
Well, the
you
improv,
go.
I think would also help realtors or anybody in sales, because I remember the first time I went door knocking, they just said to go ahead and do it. And I was out there for like 3 hours just winging it. And I was like sweating every time I knocked on the door, didn't know what I was doing, but that's what pushes you to go to the next step. A little improv class.
100%.
That's right.
well, and for me, I didn't realize how much I didn't listen before improv, because with improv, you have to listen. It's you and your partner, and you're getting everything from your partner. So if you're not listening, you're in trouble. And I think I'm
Okay, what they're going to say, because if you do, you're going to, what?
no,
Where'd that come
because you
from?
have to be right in that moment. You're
So
listening.
you should take the improv class.
There you go.
I'm so happy
What?
you brought that up, Lisa, because your listening
You know
has
what?
improved astronomically. Astronomically. And it makes you a better partner to your partner. It makes you a better employee and a better employer. Just improv makes better humans. Because when you're present and you're listening and you're not in your head thinking about what you're going to say next, and you're really taking in the person and the moment and the gifts that are there.
Yeah.
Hey, improv for realtors. The world is your oyster.
Ooh.
Well, I think there's a lot of empathy too.
Yes.
You're applying the empathy because you're trying to really listen, and then you know how to respond. You're not assuming something in advance, because I've done that, and we've all done that, and then you get in trouble.
Exactly.
Can we see if anybody's been, you've got it here now, I know. We would like to see if any of your friends are asking, sometimes people will ask us a question.
Oh,
How exciting.
But
You gotta find more.
we're listening.
Very good.
How can you sign up? How can you sign up for the improv class?
So there is a website, the Create Center for the Arts. So you would just go to createcentercv.org. CREATECENTERCV.org.
.org, and we will, Reno will
Repost.
post this
Post all of
again
it.
tomorrow, so that, because I highly recommend that no matter what you do in life, that you think about improv, because it's just such a wonderful, healthy, positive, fun, creative endeavor.
Especially with everything that the world's been through for the past couple of years, to just come back into the world and play with some other people. The gift of that, I mean, I can't tell you how much I realized I took it for granted. I remember right before the world closed down, I was doing a production of Sweat with Des Art. And that week before, we were all so sick, and we were in dress rehearsals till like 1 a.m. backstage going, what do you mean run it again? We're gonna die. And I tell you, during the pandemic, I was like, what I wouldn't give to be backstage at 1 a.m. being told to run it again. So I do not take lightly. And we do take all safety precautions. I come to the room early. I wipe down everything with Lysol. Masks are, welcome if you feel comfortable with them. And I think the opportunity, so we're filming right here where the class is, which is known as both the cloud room and the dream room. And I would say that that's what we do here. We dream. And right now, energetically, with the stars and everything, it's a time to follow your dreams. It's a time to step into, so I've learned that there's a comfort zone, an uncomfort zone, and a stretch zone. I call this a stretch zone. It's not putting yourself into a world of complete discomfort. It's just stretching your comfort zone a little bit wider and playing and realizing, the power was inside of you the whole time.
Exactly.
You probably get a lot of people that said, I didn't realize I could do that.
Yes!
Right?
Reno, do we have any?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
give us a few people. We'll see if Melanie knows any of them.
Celeste Orozco.
Oh, Celeste, hi, darling. Yes, here we are. Celeste is a really good friend of ours.
Oh, hi, Celeste.
And Sweetmont.
She would be good.
Sweetmont.
Sweetmont, do you know?
I'm so bad at this game.
Oh,
Do you know? Sounds like.
I see Kaz.
Kaz Johnson.
Hi, Kaz.
Hi, Kaz. Well, actually, we could say that Kaz was the real center of this taking place here today, because Kaz is a fabulous instructor at EOS Fitness, and Lisa and I were taking Kaz's wonderful class, and then we met up, and look how it's improvised. We've improvised our way all along.
Right? Thank you. Yes, it's all improv. Improv is just one step at a time, building something with someone else, and then relationships, love, and magic occur.
Well, well, Kaz did with us show when she hangs from all those what was it
The
called?
ropes or something you hang
The
upside
ropes,
down.
hang upside down, and
At her
Kaz
gym.
hangs. And she hung me upside down.
Really?
And I walked away and came back a half hour later. No.
Oh, how fun! How are we doing time-wise, darling? What is? I
No, we're good,
apologize.
son. We're good.
Yeah, I'm
It's
sorry.
only 23 minutes.
Huh?
It's only been 23 minutes.
Okay, we can keep going a little bit.
Yeah,
Sometimes we
it's
get
actually
carried
pretty
away.
fun.
Oh, good.
Well, the whole enthusiasm, when you feel enthusiasm about something, you start feeling more energetic, you feel younger, you feel like you can do more. And when she told me about the improv, I'm kind of leaning, maybe I should take it. It'd be kind of fun.
That would be awesome.
You're going to love it.
And I want
I'm
that.
pretty
You
shy.
would be so good.
You keep saying that. You keep saying that, and I love it. You would be good. She would be good. I'm going to tell you right now, everybody is good, whether they know it or not. And that's all it takes is being comfortable in the uncomfortable, being comfortable in that off-balance moment, and trusting your partner and yourself. And everybody.
Before you lived next door, or Melanie moved in next door, because you were there first, had you taken any improv classes?
No. No, Melanie, she's quite the star.
Isn't that fabulous? I think it's so wonderful, and I feel blessed that you girls have come somehow into my life, No accident, I know that. No accident, for sure.
When I first met you, I told Lisa you remind me of my mommy, and that's a really big deal for me. I feel very comfortable with you. So I was really excited for this
Nice.
connection.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's very nice, thank you.
Yeah.
I love it when
Don't cry.
I'm gonna cry too.
But if I had to cry on an improv thing, I could.
I could do it. So yeah,
Right.
doing the invite-only advanced improv on Tuesday, and I'm also in the process of starting an acting class, which is an improvisational approach to acting, how to be alive in the moment of the script. I'm starting that as an invite-only, but probably in about November, I'm going to be opening it up to the public.
Will
I'm
it be
going to
here?
be, yes, it will be here
Right
at
at the-
Create Center for the Arts on Wednesday.
which is a fabulous, fabulous establishment.
And you're doing a live with them in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we're going to do a live with them because the world needs to see this.
It's an incredible space, incredible.
Was it 20,000?
20,000 square feet, and the woman at the helm, Deb Mum, is so supportive and encouraging and wanting of performing arts and anything you could call art or creative. She's all in, and she welcomed me in wholeheartedly.
It's not just, finger painting and that sort of thing. I mean, it's everything you
It's like so hard.
or ever thought about.
It's it's so hard to describe it because there's so many facets to the arts. I mean, when she gave us a little tour, and I'm like, you do what? And this, and this, and this?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
mind-blowing.
It really is.
So I had a little dream to teach a little improv, and through a series of fortunate events, I landed in the helm of this wonderful establishment, and together with my personal control freak, my location, and with my little dream, we're moving forward, and I'm expanding my curriculum. That's what I love about Palm Springs. I find it's a really beautiful place that supports dreams and magic. You come, you say, I wanna do a live every week and help small businesses, and boom, there you are with 300 viewers. I say, I think I'd like to start an improv scene. I'd like to do an improv class and one day build a stage, and boom, I'm on my path. Lisa wants to do commercials, and I think she booked it. We got a man back there who wants to do a TED Talk, and he's moments away from it. This place, Coachella, in the palm of God's hands,
Yeah.
I think is what it means. And ever since I've been here, all my dreams have come true. So my main message is always dream big, and improv will help.
Go
you
small
fulfill it.
later.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, the thing about the Coachella Valley too is, if you don't know what to do, there's always somebody within a stone throw that can help you.
And they do help you. It's
Yeah.
not like LA where they're like, good luck with that.
Yeah. And then they steal your idea and run with it.
right.
That's never going to work. And then they're all, yeah.
Like, I think I wrote that script.
Right.
It's so true. There's nothing but
how
support and love in the arts.
Don't you feel you would just like this sort of fun to go on and not stop? Well,
7
it
to
does-
9 on Mondays.
7 to 9 on Monday. And
You're back.
so I appreciate those of you who have stuck with us through this little glitch in the video.
The Wi-Fi.
In the Wi-Fi.
Nice to meet all of you. All the information for signing up for my class will be on Reno and Marsha's Facebook pages and on mine, Melanie Blue. So you can click on links and register, and I do have a limited amount of spots, and they're filling up quick. So I'd say don't dally.
I haven't heard that in a while.
Oh, well, listen, and I just want to thank, I just
Oh,
want
you're
to say-
welcome.
The theater mice. I would like to thank the theater mice.
She's used up all my words. I'm going to have to improv for the rest of this. But it's been so much fun, and I love all of you out there, who do tune in with us every Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock and join us for the Harp Effect. And just thank you so much, Melanie. And I just know some of you must sign up because it's just going to be a life changer. And
It
my
is.
friend Lisa,
It is.
oh my gosh, if it weren't for you, I mean, it's like, look what you have made manifest. And of course, Reno can find you a home as soon as you come. Sign up for the improv. Absolutely. And of course, what I feel is that may everything that has been reduced to noise in you become music again.
I have a musical note.
And a musical note,
Yeah.
remember, music and friendship, and now improv, has. It's supposed to be music and friendship and improv has no distance.
Yeah.
We love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye, everybody.